Okay, class, we're about to start lesson 12, function applications. Now, basically, what this is telling us is that we would have different type of equations, graphs, charts that we could use in order to solve certain equations. Now, according to this here, it says functions are used in many business applications. For instance, they can be used to calculate profit, costs, employee wages, and taxes. On the mathematical reasoning test, you will read about common work and life situations. The problems may contain or describe a function that you can use to solve the problem. Okay, so let's look at example one. Celino Advertising is finishing a series of print ads for a client. Finishing the project will cost $2,000 per day for the first 7 days and $3,500 per day after 7 days. The finishing cost for a project taking longer than 7 days can be found in using the function C equals 2,000 times D plus 1,500 times D minus 7, where C is the cost of finishing a product and D is the number of days. If the project takes 12 days to complete, what will the project cost? Now, it says use the function to solve the problem. Now they give us the function. We had the equation, and we're substituting 12 for D, and that would give us $31,500. Okay, so now we will go on to example 2. It says Nita decides to join the health club. She gets brochures from 2 health clubs and compares the plans. Health Stars Fitness charges a one-time membership fee of $250 and $8 per month. Freedom Health Center charges $25 per month. At both health clubs, the price P Nita will pay is a function of the number of months she attends the club. The functions are as follows. Now they give us these equations, and it says Nita plans to move in 18 months. If she attends the health club until she moves, which one offers the better price? So what you would do it for the full 18 months to see which one is the cheaper price, and it turns out that it's Health Stars, which is the cheaper price at $394 for the 18 months. Now, we're going to look at the next page. It says solve, you may use a calculator. Okay, number 1, the chimney sweep charges $25 for a chimney inspection. If the customer purchases additional services, $15 of the inspection fee is deducted. Let S equals the cost of any additional services. The total cost C of an inspection and services can be determined by the function. Now, we're given this function. So the function is C is equal to $25 plus an additional service minus $15. All right, now, where S is not 0. Okay, so Jan has her chimney inspected and purchases a smoke guard for $89. How much will she be charged? So the additional service is the $89. So S will be 89 minus the $15. So we add $25 plus, we would do what's in parentheses first. 89 minus 15 is 74. So C would equal to $99. That would be, this is A. Now we go here to B. It says after an inspection, Ahmad decides to have a new damper installed for $255. How much will he pay? So we'll take that same formula and then this time we will substitute in $255 for S. So we have C is equal to $25 plus $255 minus 15 is $240. So when we add these together, It'll be $265 total. Okay, now the next thing we would do, we would go to problem number 2. It says Ricardo does a great deal of driving for his work. He generally estimates his driving time in hours t using the function t equals m over 60, where m is the number of miles. So we go here to question A. Question A, it says, how many hours will it take Ricardo to drive 330 miles? So we had t is equal to m over 60. And we know m is the number of miles. So we'll substitute 330 for m over 60. Now they ask us how many hours would that take. Okay, so if we divide this out, t would give us, let's see, 11 over 2. So that'll give us 5.5 hours. That's how long it would take, 5.5 hours. If you put that in your calculator, it would give you 5.5 hours. So now that's A. So now we have B. It says, how many hours will it take Ricardo to drive 255 miles? So t is equal to m over 60. The m will be 255 over 60. Now, we can simplify this, and we could take our calculator. Now, I'm just going to take a standard calculator because we have did work with a calculator before. So I'm just going to use this calculator here. So we'll take 255 divided by 60, and that will give us 4.25. So it'd be 4.25 hours. Now, that took care of 2A and B. Now we go to 3. It says a customer's phone charges are a function of the number of minutes of long distance calls made. The graph shows a comparison of 2 plans available. All right, so now we're going to problem number 3, and we have an A and a B. Okay, Michelle looks at her previous phone bills and finds that she makes about 350 minutes of long distance call per month. Which plan is better for her? Now, if you notice here, plan A is a solid line, plan B is a dotted line. We have our cost here and we have the number of minutes here. We know as a customer, whichever one has the lower cost is the better plan for us. So she says she makes about 350 minutes. And if you notice here, the solid line is lower than the dotted line. So plan A would be the better plan. Now we go to B. Craig usually makes about 150 calls of long distance calls per month. Which plan is better? So we go about 150 here, and you notice the dotted line is below the solid line. So plan B would be the better plan. Okay, now we go down here to problem number 4. It says, choose the one best answer to each question. You may use a calculator. It says, questions 4 and 5 refer to the following information. Alicia is considering 3 job opportunities. At all 3 jobs, weekly pay P is a function of the number of hours H worked during the week. The functions are shown below. So we see all of these functions here. It says, if Alicia works 30 hours in a week, how much more would she earn at job 2 than job 1? So that means we would have to put in both. So what we would do is job 1's formula is, okay, I just put 1 to signify job 1. It's P is equal to $9.75 times H. And then job 2's formula would be P is equal to $70 plus $8.40 times H. Now, what we would do is we would substitute in the values. Now, I'm just going to use my calculator. Remember, it said that she worked 30 hours. So we know H is going to be 30 hours. So we'll type in 9.75 times 30. And that would give us how much she made from job one, which would be $292.50. That's how much from job one. Now job two, it'll be 70 plus 8.40 times 30. And that gives us 322. Now remember, we're trying to compare how much more did she earn on job two than job one. So we'll do some subtraction. We'll take this 322 and subtract the 292.50. Now you can do this by hand, and that gives us $29.50. That's how much more was made. So in that case, it'll be B. So it'll be $29.50. Okay, number 5. If Alicia works 40 hours per week, which of the following is a true statement? Alicia will earn the least at job 3. Okay, so we will have to test that. Job 1 will pay more than job 3. Job 3 will pay more than job 2. And Alicia will earn the most at job 2. Now, as you can see here, if we substitute in for each problem here, this will end up being a tedious process. So what we want to do, I'm just going to get the answer, which is D. The answer is D. But I'm going to show you how you would substitute that in. Now, it says Alicia will earn the most at job 2. So what you would do, you would substitute in all of them and then see that job 2 actually pays the most. But I'll prove to you that job 2 pays more than the others. So it'd be P is equal to 70 plus 8.40 times H, which is job 2, and that's $40. So this is job 2. Now I'm going to go back to job 1, which would be P is equal to 9.75 times 40. And then job 3 is P is equal to 380 times 40 over 38. Now we could test all 3 of these using the calculator. Now the reason why I'm using this calculator instead of the other one is because I'm recording this video without being on the internet, so I cannot access the calculator that you all use in class. But we have used that calculator enough where you all know where the keys are. So we have 70 plus $8.40 times 40. So that gives us for job 2, that gives us $406. So now we go to job 1, which is 975 times 40. And that gives us 390. And then finally job 3, we had 380 times. Now of course you all have that fraction key that you all could push, but I have to do it this way. 40 over 38. And that gives us 400. Now these are the values for all 3. Now if you look at the other answers, Alicia will earn the least at job 3. That's not true. Job 3 pays more than job 1. Job 1 will pay more than job 3. That's not true. We proved that in A. Job 3 will pay more than job 2. Job 3 does not pay more than job 2, and Alicia will earn the most at job 2, which is D, which we proved here. Job 2 paid the most. Now we go down here to problem number 6. It says a company is awarded a $95,000 job. It says that will cost $5,400 per day in expenses. Profits P can be calculated using this formula here where D equals days. What is the company's profit if the job takes 14 days to complete? So what we would do, we would take this formula here and we would substitute in 14 for the days because they told us it takes 14 days to complete. So now we can put that in our calculator. So we would take the 95,000 minus 5,400 times the 14, and that gives us $19,400 in profit. So that would be B. And now we have just finished up lesson 12, and I will upload this to YouTube, and have a wonderful day.